Alrighty, what's up, guys? This is my UFC 174 preview. This Saturday night on pay-per-view. It's in Vancouver, Canada. I'm really excited for this card. It's got four solid fights on the main card. I'm gonna break down those four fights. Um, let's start with the top. Let's start with the championship, the flyweight championship fight of the world, the championship fight of the world. Um, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, the champ, takes on the number four ranked flyweight Ali Bagwatanov. Ali Bagwatanov, I think that's how you pronounce it. Another Dagestan Russian, along with Khabib Nurmagomedov and um, oh my God, and the guy who fought Benson Henderson in the main event last weekend. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but Nurmagomedov. But anyway, another Dagestan Russian, Ali Bagatanov. Um, the Vegas line is Mighty Mouse is minus 600, Bagatanov plus 450. I see Mighty Mouse winning this fight easy. Maybe not easy, but I see him winning this fight. If I were gonna bet this fight, I would maybe look at Mighty Mouse inside the distance. The minus 600 is too much unless you want to throw it in with every parlay, or make a parlay and throw in Mighty Mouse with every one. I think he'll definitely win, and I could see him getting a finish, especially after the way he's been finishing people, in every single way, submitting, knocked out Benavidez, armbarred Moraga. Um, so I could see him finishing Ali Bagatanov. So maybe look at Dotson. Look at Mighty Mouse inside the distance. Um, and then let's go to the next fight. The co-main event, which is honestly the best fight on the card. I'm very excited for this fight. The number two ranked Rory McDonald takes on the number three ranked Tyron Woodley. Woodley, as of today, was like minus 130. McDonald was plus 110, so it's almost close to even. And I think probably closer to fight time, I bet more people go Roy McDonald's. I bet this fight, the line gets closer to even. Um, I think whoever wins this fight, honestly, I think is going to be the next champion. I really believe that. With Condit being injured, I'm not a big believer in Hendricks. I mean, the way Lawler, and especially the way Lawler, I wasn't a big believer in Hendricks before the Lawler fight, but even the Lawler fight really made me feel like I just don't think Hendricks, and I'm not taking anything away from Lawler. Lawler has had this late career resurgence, but um, the way he just couldn't, I thought you should be able to finish Lawler, Hendricks. I think McDonald and Woodley, I think whoever wins that fight is going to beat Hendricks. I really believe that. But I'm going with Tyron Woodley in this fight. I like Tyron Woodley. He has that explosiveness. He has the wrestling. He's starting to pile up some fights against some big competition. With Nate Marquardt. Even though he got beat up, Nate Marquardt, but at least to see that and that performance, that loss, I think really taught him some things. The loss to Jake Shields, which was very controversial because Jake Shields just held on to him. That's why Jake Shields ended up getting cut after one loss. Um, so really Woodley hasn't lost since the Marquardt fight, even though on the record it lost to Jake Shields, but that was just by Jake Shields holding him. Um, um, that big knockout of Josh Koscheck, one of the best knockouts I've seen in a while. And then beat Condit, and he was beating Condit. People can say he hurt his knee. Dude, he was beating up Condit. He hurt Condit, and then he hurt his foot. He took him down, hurt his knee, and went at the foot. Leg kicked him, and Condit hurt his knee, but Woodley finished him. Rory McDonald, one way I think he could win if he uses his jabs, uses distance. He's the longer fighter. If he can, maybe control the takedowns, not get taken down, and TriStar is known for that jab and dip, jab and get out, jab and circle out. That TriStar George St. Pierre style. But I'm going Tyron Woodley. I'm gonna go Tyron Woodley. And you know what? I'm gonna go Tyron Woodley finishes him. I'm gonna go Tyron Woodley by TKO. I'm gonna go Woodley by TKO. The third fight, number nine ranked Ryan. This is light heavyweight. Number nine ranked Ryan Bader versus number 12 ranked Rafael Cavalcante, better known as Fei Zhao. Bader's minus 150 in Vegas. Fei Zhao's like plus 120, I believe. Another really close fight. All three main, or sorry, not three main fights. The two big main fights are close in Vegas. Also the next one too, Arlovsky and Bershab. Bader Fei Zhao. I'm gonna go with the slight underdog in Fei Zhao. Bader just can't get over that hump. I think Fei Zhao's a little more hungrier. I think Fei Zhao's got more killer instinct, a little more knockout power. Um, Bader could win a decision if he tries to wrestle him, but I think Feijiao puts him to sleep. I'm going Feijiao by KO. I think Feijiao knocks him out. Um, I'm gonna go first round knockout actually. Feijiao first round knockout, and I've always liked Bader. I've always thought Bader could make a run. He has potential, and I saw his what was that, the countdown show. He was saying, he's finally on point and with the new gym, and the one thing that makes me believe that maybe is because CB Dollaway, his main training partner for years, has been on a roll lately. He's been on fire. Maybe Bader, maybe the gym's on fire right now. Maybe he catches his stride as well. We'll see, but I'm going Feijiao by knockout. And the last fight I'm going to talk about is the heavyweight return of Andre the Pitbull Arlovsky and Brendan the Hybrid Schaub. I love Andre Arlovsky, I really do. And wait, let me tell you the line real quick. Brendan Schaub is minus 145, Arlovsky's plus 125. So the last three fights I talked about are very close to even. Besides the main event, 3 of 4 fights are really close fights, like close to pick 'em fights, which I like in fights. It's hard to call. Um, and I'm rooting for Arlovsky. I really am. And, he trains at Greg Jackson. And Schaub was training at Greg Jackson's for years, for a couple of years. Now I know Schaub's out in LA doing his own thing. He kind of training in gym to gym. He trains at in Lake Forest up at Rain, up where Munoz and Sonnen and Ellenberger. Um, I know he's training over at Rain. He's going to a boxing gym in LA. He's kind of doing the travel and Brendan Schaub actually put out 3 video vlogs of the camp the last couple weeks. If you look on YouTube, search Brendan Schaub. He has a YouTube channel. He just made it and posted 3 different videos. They're really good. Um, uh, but that being the case, he looks focused. He looks in good shape. He looks like he's trying to build his brand. Um, and Schaub is the bigger guy, I feel. He's probably the more athletic guy. He's the younger guy. He's probably the stronger guy in this fight. So a lot of things point to Schaub winning this fight. But I'm a big fan of Arlovsky. I used to, when I first watched UFC, the first event, the way I got this quick story, real quick. I got into UFC by randomly one day. My dad didn't want to go to an event. I went with my uncle and their 2 business partners. Randomly, they're like, Vinny, do you want to go to the UFC event? I didn't know what it was. I went. I grabbed a program as I walked in. It was the Arlovsky Tim Sylvia fight. Also, it was the night Tito Ortiz returned and fought Forrest Griffin. This was like in '06. I don't know what number UFC was off the top of my head, but I remember having the program and I remember reading about Rich Franklin in the back of the program. But yeah, it was Tito Ortiz, Forrest Griffin, the return of Tito Ortiz when he beat Griffin, and yeah, and Andre Arlovsky fought Tim Sylvia. And ever since that, I loved Arlovsky. We've seen Arlovsky get knocked out a lot. His chin's kind of weak as his career's got as he got a little older. Maybe though, being a Greg Jackson for a while now could help him. But I'm gonna go Brendan Schaub wins this fight. Arlovsky's chin hasn't held up. I'm gonna go Schaub by decision. I think he'll resort to his wrestling if he needs to. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Schaub. Yeah, I'm gonna go Schaub decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks him out. But alrighty. Enjoy UFC 174 on Saturday night. Watch the weigh-ins tomorrow. There's a bunch of UFC embedded. There's like 3 parts of the UFC embedded. I really like those. Um, like I said, you can check the Brendan Schaub video vlogs. They're really good. Check them out on YouTube. They're called Schaub Days or something, or Schaub. I don't know. Just look at Brendan Schaub on YouTube, and the countdown show is really good too. The countdown was really good. Alrighty, that's it. Peace. One love. Cheers.